Hi there, it's Callum Newman from the Daily Reckoning Australia. A special video update for you today. I got an idea from my publisher, James Woodburn. There's a bit of negative news around at the moment. Apparently house prices are falling. I'm sure you've heard about the potential for trade wars, the European Union having a bit of difficulty with Italy. It's enough to put you off the share market. Well, I don't think that's the right approach, and it's a special message today to say that there's still lots of opportunity in one sector in particular, in my view, and that's the mining sector. I've been following a resurging mining sector here in Australia since we launched my small cap advisory last year in August 2017. It's worked out well for us. All the associated plays I've suggested are up in one way or another, but one of the key things I've been hunting for is an increase in mergers and acquisitions and deals between big firms and smaller ones. And I wrote in the last issue of Small Cap Alpha about some of those deals that are happening and why I expect it to continue and get even bigger. Well, in the meantime, we saw last week, right on cue, one of the big miners, South 32, took a stake in a coal producer, a 50% stake, a gas project company in China called Sino Gas and Energy has received a takeover proposal from a US private equity group that was announced last week too. And just today I picked up the paper and here we go, the Australian, if you can see this, M&A, I can't read the headline from there, mining mergers or M&A soars as industry recovers. And this is just the top line. Australia's mining sector is on track to record its biggest and most active year of mergers and acquisitions since the height of the last boom, as the resurgent industry rediscovers its appetites for deals. That's actually unique to Australia. Mining is a little bit more tepid over in Canada and the USA. One reason is the Aussie dollar is giving a lot of miners here a strong tailwind. That's especially true of the gold sector at the moment. And what it says to me is there's just going to be a lot of opportunity in the small and mid-cap stocks. So not the big ones so much, because I was at a resources conference last week and a guy called Hedley Widdop did a speech. He's a fund manager in the resource sector, and he says for firms like BHP and Rio, there's not a lot of assets out there that make sense for them because they're so huge. They have to buy really, really big projects to make it worth their while in terms of their bottom line. But for the mid-tier producers, there's huge scope for them to come in with strong commodity prices. They've got good cash on their balance sheets to do joint ventures or take over smaller miners that have got exciting prospects. So for me, as a small cap specialist, that's what you want to see. So it's time to be digging around, finding the kind of companies that these guys are going to go looking for, the commodities in short supply or with large demand forecasts, and make the most of it. Don't let the mainstream media put you off. There's lots of opportunities. And as we saw, Sino, as I mentioned earlier, Sino Gas and Energy is up about 30% since April as this takeover deal came to public awareness. So lots of opportunities going forward, and I'll do my best to point you in the right direction in the Daily Reckoning Australia.